Going on Facebook can be tough right now. There's a lot of bad news and a lot of people arguing. About 800 times a week I think, why am I doing this? Just stop scrolling and delete the app already. And then, a ray of light. Frank Stish, a great basketball player who played at the former Bishop Hayfie High School and the Hazle area High School, had a post about kids playing and training in a park. The video looked so professional, the kids looked like they were having so much fun, and I had so many questions. So I messaged Stish, and the story just kept getting better and better. Frank Stish and Matt Walsh never thought a simple day in the park with their kids would grow into this.
The boys were getting bored, as I think we all were, and Matt and I, being sports junkies as we are, we just sort of had the boys in the field one day, and I believe, if I remember correctly, a mother drove by from the Freeland Football Organization, which Matt is the president of, placed a phone call asking, if it was something we were doing for everyone or if it was exclusive, and certainly it's not exclusive. And 2.5 months later, I think we had 31 kids here today.
Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at Community Park in Hazle Township, 3 former standout athletes in the area and 3 current youth coaches, Frank Stish, Matt Walsh, and Josh Heck, help kids stay in shape and have some fun. Before we move on, yes, Hazleton area football fans, that Josh Heck, one of the best running backs in Cougar history.
On a good day, you might see Coach Josh Heck in a foot race with somebody. He can get back out there and still give it a go.
On this day, all 3 former athletes weren't up to demonstrating the drills. Lucky for them, leaders have emerged on this team that includes kids from grade school to high school.
We do our best to pretend that we're kids, and for the most part, it's been going very well. Unfortunately, our bodies don't want to play anymore. So, as you said before and covered with Matt, we have some of the older kids here and some of the kids that have been here really stepping up and showing and being leaders. And on top of the fun and obviously the athletic benefit of this, some leadership, some communication skills. This thing's turned into something we could have never imagined it being.
So what is this? Stish describes it as an outdoor gym class with no time, no score, just fun.
How much do you think this will help you when you get back to school and maybe you'll be back into basketball, softball?
I think I've got a lot better with my footwork and stuff. But I think it'll help me a lot.
What do you look forward to when you come here? Is there something you do? Is it just hanging out with people? Is it being outside?
Just having fun with friends, and I met a lot of new people here.
This seems fun. Is it also competitive a little bit? I saw you really exploding out there a few times. Is it kind of like I do want to get up that hill first?
Yeah, all my friends do it with me, so I always want to beat them, because then we laugh at each other at the end and always have fun. So.
What's the toughest thing you're doing out here?
I don't know, the bear crawls are up there. They're not too fun, they're kind of hard.
During some bear crawl races, I hear one of the parents, who's also one of the kids' biggest fans. Let's meet Julius Ward, who's also a youth football coach in the area.
You as a coach, as you're watching the kids, how much fun is it? You seem like you're really enjoying yourself, and you said you know a lot of the kids.
Yes, I do, and the blessing is, to see how far they came in life, and also to see how far they came with sports. I know a lot of them actually since they was babies when I coached in Hazleton Football League. And just to see them out here now doing a lot better is tremendously makes me happy and proud of them.
What do your kids say? After a day out here, is there a difference? You've been in quarantine with them for a while now. How happy? Are they very happy when they leave here? Or?
Well, my daughter Stella was just telling me she can't wait to get back. She's been asking for this for a while now, so I finally brought her out. My son Dominic, he takes a nap when he gets home. They're very exhausted. They love coming here, and I encourage all parents, if you don't have nothing for your kids to do, get in touch with Coach Matt or Coach Frank and have them down here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
No time, no score doesn't mean no planning. Here's what it takes to keep a lot of kids in different age groups trained and entertained.
As far as planning goes, yeah, you can see today, just obviously the social distancing aspect of it is just a huge planning aspect of its own. So, as the governor keeps rolling out different guidelines for outside, the new masking guidelines that came out not too long ago, we now, as you can see, we had the cones set up for each kid. They placed their items down at the cones. We have it planned out from a COVID-19 standpoint and a social distancing standpoint, but then also how we can implement that into, safe drills with these kids so that they're still distanced, they're still having fun. We're still moving the kids along at a good pace where we can get the workout in from, an hour and a half time frame. So yeah, we're usually talking every night, usually before we come out here in the morning, every night we plan out exactly what we're gonna do. The workouts are challenging for both the older kids and the younger kids. Obviously some of the younger kids may struggle with some of the stuff, and those older kids will help them out. for example, what we found ourselves doing is if we're going through a ladder drill and most of the little kids will go through it maybe two times each, the older kids can go through it 4 times, you know what I mean, in that time frame, so that they're getting more work in.
You're looking at the most unique team in the area, helping each other through drills and the challenges of living through a pandemic.
This is as much of a team as you're going to get now with a lot of the organized sports seasons being canceled or pushed back or things like that. These kids are out here, they're having a ball. I think they look at each other as teammates regardless of age, regardless of size, shape, and all that. I think they're having a great time, and definitely teamwork, leadership, all the stuff we mentioned before, it's building all those skills. We're having a great time.
The coaches hope the team keeps growing. Stish says parents can just bring their kids to Community Park in Hazle Township on Tuesdays, Thursdays, or Saturdays at 9 a.m. They do ask that parents bring a drink for the kids and for first-time parents to stay until the session is over at 10:30 a.m. If you have questions, you can reach out to Josh Heck, Matt Walsh, or Frank Stish on Facebook.
This thing has been fun from the beginning, especially the opportunity to meet new families, meet new kids, boys, girls, all different ages, shapes, sizes. There's no time, there's no score, it's just out here having fun in a time where really, in the beginning, we didn't know what was going to happen. So, not planned, it just is organic, and it's been one of the best things I've ever been a part of.
Stish says word of mouth has helped more and more kids come out, but he also gives a lot of credit to videos that Walsh produces and posts on social media.
Point is it's something I've always been doing. I've been doing it for the last 3-4 years for football, and me and Frank were like, hey, why don't we try rolling it into this and see what happens? And I think that's, to visualize it and to talk about it's one thing, but then to actually see it in like the final product of it, I think that's one of the most proudest things for us, is to watch it back and go, wow, look what we did the other day, look what we've done so far this summer. You know what I mean? While these kids are, going through this tough time, we're going through this tough time, it's something that these kids can even go back and watch and see what they've done over the last summer.
If you ever need to boost your mood, find Walsh's videos on Facebook or Instagram and get to know our area's 2020 Hometown All-Star team. That's something everyone can cheer about. For SSPTV Sports, I'm Ken Cara.
3, 4, 5, 6. Together.